back with Matthew 35 preview and prediction. If you're new to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share. But yeah, before we get straight into it, let's talk about the midweek games, the review. Arsenal played Chelsea 5-0, Wolves, Bournemouth, Crystal Palace, Newcastle, Everton, Liverpool, Man U, Sheffield. But yeah, my most interesting game this midweek was the Arsenal Chelsea. The fact that Cole Palmer was missing, I already told my friend that we're going to beat the hell out of Chelsea. Like, it was a good game. Shout out to Kai Havertz for returning back to the Chelsea game, his former teammates, and scoring 2 goals. I also want to give shout out to Ben White. I feel like he's the second best, or even the best right back in the England squad, and I feel we should just go back and sort out things with Southgate and get back into the fold. But yeah, that was the most interesting game. Arsenal scored 5. Trossard is on form. I feel like going to the end of the season, going forward, Trossard should be the starter on the left wing. His productivity is far more than Martinelli. Martinelli can do all the work, run around, doesn't look up, he doesn't get assists. No, his productivity is not even there. If you look at the game against Chelsea as well, he had the opportunity to score at the dying minute of the game, but he wasn't able. So that shows you about his productivity. But his productivity is just not there. But yeah, the second most interesting game was the Everton Liverpool. I knew Liverpool was going to make a mistake. Like, I just knew this was the game. Like, at this point of the season where we are right now, if you're going for the title, you shouldn't be conceding 2 goals. Everybody thought that, I even thought that Liverpool was just going to go and wipe the floor at Goodison Park with Everton at the Merseyside Derby, but I was wrong. Mo Salah could not show why they called him the king of Anfield or something. Mo Salah, none of them, Darwin Núñez was hitting the bar again. I don't know what's wrong with Liverpool. Right now, I feel like their confidence is short now. I feel like they know that it's gone and they can't win the Premier League anymore. So I feel like the race is between Arsenal and Man City, who play tonight against Brighton. To be fair, I feel like it's going to go. So I'm going to go for a Manchester City win, although I predicted Manchester City win or draw. But the fact that Liverpool has lost, the pressure is off. It's now a 2-horse race now. So I feel like Liverpool fans pack it up. Trump can go on a high with the Carabao Cup, but not the quadruple. Dead that quadruple top. It's all over with. But let's go into the preview for the match week 35 games. First game, 12:30 kickoff is West Ham Liverpool. West Ham just came up with a 5-0 thrashing to Crystal Palace, who have peak form. So for this game, I'm going to go for a Liverpool win or draw, because I feel like the momentum is dead. The morale, team spirit, after what happened at Everton, the momentum, the team spirit is dead. And West Ham, they want to put out a statement that they have bounced back against that 5-0 thrashing, which was unacceptable for a team that's chasing Europa and Conference League. For this game, I'm going to go for Liverpool not draw, just because Liverpool's morale is there. So I just say, you know what, the season is done with. Let's just draw this game and that's it. The next game we have is Wolves Luton. Wolves just came up with a 1-0 loss. They just lost to Bournemouth, goal by Semenyo. So I feel like, and also Luton lost 5 to. Luton lost over the weekend as well. I can't remember who they played, but they lost over the weekend. So I feel like this game is going to be dodgy. But with this game, I feel like Wolves is going to win because the players are back. I saw the last game, Atnuri was back, Semedo was back in the fourth, Chan was back. It's just what's his name, Pedro Neto that is missing. So for this game, I'm going to go for a Wolves win or draw. And looking at the table, Wolves have also not won a game in the last 5 games, so I want to change that. So I'm going to go for Wolves win or draw. The next game we have Fulham Crystal Palace. Fulham just lost 3-1 at home to Liverpool, and Crystal Palace has caught form. I've been telling you man about Mateta. It's back to goals against Newcastle last night. So Mateta, Eze was back, Olise was on the bench. I've been telling you guys about this kid Watson. The guy is a good midfielder. He's a bargain. Like, what a buy. The guy is so solid, composed, like in the middle of the park. Like, his touches, everything about the Watson kid. And he's also back in the England under 2021s. He's playing with them on the Mad Weekend and all these boys. So I feel like, Crystal Palace has caught form in the last couple of games. Looking at their recent results, they have 3 wins back to back. So they have won 3 games in the last 5. which is very very key. And also, Fulham has only won one game in the last five. So yeah, for this game, I'm gonna go for a Crystal Palace win. Although Crystal Palace is away, but I feel like they have what it takes to dispatch Fulham a couple of goals. They've got to come at the right time of the season. Moving on to the same Saturday kickoff, we have Newcastle Sheffield. Newcastle just lost to Crystal Palace, as I mentioned, 2-0. And Newcastle is chasing Europe, as everybody knows. They have 3 wins and a draw in the last 4 games, which is not a bad result. They have 3 wins and 1 draw in the last 5. And also, Sheffield just it was an interesting game against Man U. Sheffield was 1-0 up, 1-1, 2-1 up, 2-2. Then they lost the game in the 80th minute. Bruno Fernandes and also what's his name? I can't remember, but it was a 4-2 game. For this game, I feel like Sheffield is already gone. They have no win in their last 5 games, and Newcastle has 3 wins in the last 5. For this game, I'm just gonna go for a Newcastle win or draw. Sheffield is already out of the Premier League. There's no two ways about it. Like, they are gone. There's no motivation there again. Yeah, they don't have players that are up to the Premier League standards, and I don't see where they could score goals. To be fair, they could score goals, but they're gonna concede. That's the problem. Like, when you put on the table, you're bottom of the table for a reason. You're conceding so many goals. So I feel like with this game, I'm just gonna go for a Newcastle win. They have what it takes. They're chasing Europe, and it's still not yet done. If they win the remaining 5, they have about 5 fixtures left. If they win the remaining 5 fixtures, I feel like they could still replace Tottenham in the 5th position, but it's highly unlikely. But I feel like they'll still keep pushing to the end of the season no matter what. So I'm just going to go for a Newcastle win or draw. Moving on, we have Man U Burnley. Wow. You just don't know what to expect from Man U. They have only 1 win in the last 5 games. 1 win, 3 draws, and 1 loss. That's Man U for you. And Burnley obviously started picking up results. I don't know if you guys caught the Sheffield United game, the baby. They stormed them out of and Sheffield was at home. They beat Sheffield. Like, it shows you that Burnley are fighting. They have only 1 loss in the last 5 games, although they have only 1 win. So I feel like for this game, they are picking up momentum and climbing up the table. I feel like I'm gonna go for a different one. I'm gonna go for a Burnley win or draw. Everybody wants Vincent Company to remain in the Premier League. I too as well. I feel like it just came a little bit too late, for them to start picking up points at this time of the season. But you never say never, it can still happen. I'm just gonna go for with Man U as well. You never know what to predict. Rashford is out. Rashford is out, and really the Man U team is really, really not good, and the manager is under pressure after what happened at the Coventry City game in the Wembley Stadium at the FA Cup semi-finals, like bottling the league. The same thing, they were jittery again this last match against Sheffield United. When they go down, they equalize. When they go down, they equalize, and yeah, they're able to do because they were at home. But with this man, I'm not just confident with this game. I'm just gonna go for a Burnley win or draw. Burnley is fighting relegation, so like the points mean more. I just feel like if they don't get the win, they're just gonna draw the game. They can't afford to lose more points if they want to win in the Premier League. That's my prediction. Burnley win or draw. Moving on, we've got Everton, Brentford. Everton just beat the hell out of Liverpool. I feel like they have just damaged whatever hopes they had to the Premier League title. Shout out to Sean Dyche. Yeah, I got it right this time. Sean Dyche. Shout out to him. Everton has been struggling this season. They are now 16th with 3 wins in the last 5 and 1 draw, which is pretty impressive. They have still not escaped the relegation, about 7 points away from the relegation zone. So I feel like they just want to keep the momentum going and everything. And for Brentford has won 2 of their last 5 games, and they have drawn 3 of their last 5 games, which means they haven't lost in their last 5 games. This is going to be a very, very intensive game. Brentford coming up against Everton. Brentford is actually 15th and Everton is 16th. For this game, it's going to be a tricky one. I feel like at this point, Brentford has survived relegation, so they might just go to the game and just be last. They might just be nonchalant about it, like they can't relegate, they can't climb further much up the table too much by grabbing points. But it is what it is. But I feel like Brentford, Ivan Toney is also missing. He has been rested for the last, not rested, he has been injured for the last 3 games. But and Wisa is back on form. He scored two at against not Sheffield, Luton. He scored two against Luton. So yeah, they're firing. And for this game, Bromo is back as well. For this game, I'm gonna go for a Brentford win or draw. Yeah, the attack in Brentford is quite impressive. Wisa and Bromo, they can get a couple goals there. Moving on, we've got Aston Villa Chelsea. Aston Villa are fourth on the table. They are really fighting for this Champions League. They also qualified for the Europa Conference League against Lille. So which means Emery wants to make that Champions League. He wants that Champions League money to be able to invest and buy more players that will improve the team. And looking at the table, Aston Villa has only lost one game in their last 5 games. They want to just keep pushing it. But Chelsea, you never know what to expect. They beat the hell out of Everton, 5 goals to not 5, 6 actually. We Cole Palmer scoring 4 goals and the whole penalty incident. What did you guys think about the whole penalty incident? In my opinion, I feel like Cole Palmer having scoring 3 goals already, you might as well just be a team player. Even if you're the main penalty taker, you might as well just be the team. You might as well just be a team player and let your players, your other fellow teammates get a little bit of confidence. No matter battling with confidence, I feel like you should have just let it go. But yeah, on the other hand, you can look at it like, what's all the drama about penalty? I'm the penalty taker, I could take it. But yeah, that's just my opinion. But yeah, Pochettino came out and cleared the air that will never happen again, that Cole Palmer is the penalty taker. And unfortunately, people are saying, he was not actually available for the game against Arsenal, which Chelsea was trashed. People were saying, if Cole Palmer was there, it would have been a different result. In my opinion, if he was there, it doesn't change the fact that Arsenal was going to beat Chelsea. I told you guys about being in the top 3 teams, Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester City, going for the champion, going for the title, and conceding at this point of the season. It's just not happening. I feel like in this Premier League this season, in 13 games, Liverpool has gone behind in games. Like once the game starts, they go 1-0 down. Like at this time of the season, you shouldn't be conceding goals. And if you look at Arsenal has the most clean sheets in the Premier League for a reason. That Raya has won the Golden Gloves. And I feel like with this game, Cole Palmer is obviously going to be back, but I feel like it's going to be a dodgy game. Looking at Aston Villa, they want to make that Champions League top 4. And being at home is going to be a tough game for Chelsea, but I feel like, with Cole Palmer being available, you just don't know what to expect. So I'm just going to go for a Chelsea win or draw. Moving on, we have Bournemouth Brighton. This is going to be a tricky game, Bournemouth are doing business, like they're 10th on the table. They have 2 wins now in the last 5. They just beat Wolves, Semenyo with the goal. I've been telling you guys about this guy, Semenyo, the Ghanaian international. The guy is really good. He's very silky. I feel like he should look for a transfer move this end of the season. Like I feel like he should come to Arsenal. Saka needs a deputy. Saka has been linking up too much this season. I feel like some games he could get some rest, and if Arsenal can just get Semenyo, to be a good addition to the squad. I feel like with Semenyo, it's going to cost Arsenal more than 40 million, if I'm being honest. But I feel like Bournemouth are, they're where they are for a reason. They're scoring goals, they play good football, they acquire an attacking team. And on the other hand, Brighton, just don't know what to expect from Brighton. Brighton have only won 1 game in the last 5, losing 2 and drawing 2. For this game, I'm going to go for either team to win. That's my honest opinion. You can't predict this game, Brighton will want to make a statement and win a game at some point. So I just feel like this is the game that could go either way. Bournemouth, who is also an attacking team. Brighton's got an attacking team, Adingra, all those players. So I'm just going to go for either team to win. That's my prediction for this game, either team to win. Then moving on to Sunday, the big game, the Arsenal, Tottenham, North London Derby. For this game, I feel like it's going to be a dodgy one for Arsenal. Tottenham, Arsenal's nemesis. They wanna show Arsenal that you're not winning this league this year. We're not winning because Arsenal and Tottenham, they clash here. They're rivals basically. But looking at it, In the last three games, actually, Tottenham has not won against Arsenal. In the last three games, the last time they won Arsenal was when they were at home 3-0 at White Hart Lane. So it's going to be a tricky one for Arsenal. I feel like Arsenal, they've gotten their groove right now, and their players are scoring. You know, players are scoring. Bukayo Saka, not even Bukayo Saka. Man, this guy, what's his name? Trossard is a good buy. It was a very, very good bargain, to be honest. Like, I feel like he has caught form as well. And most of the goals is coming from Trossard right now. Is the main man at Arsenal right now. People are comparing him to Modric when he first came. Is he going to deliver? But yeah, it turned out to be a better transfer than what's his name? It turned out to be a better transfer than Modric. For this game, it's going to be a dodgy one. But I feel like Arsenal have what it takes here. They haven't lost or dropped too many points since the beginning of the year, and beating Chelsea 5-0, just putting a statement that, okay, we're in a group now. Anybody that comes away is going to get blown away. I'm just going to feel Arsenal is going to win this game. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Arsenal away win. I'm going to go for an Arsenal win. Moving up, we have Nottingham Forest, Manchester City. I feel like this is going to be a tricky game here. I feel like it very much. I feel like this is going to be a tricky game, Manchester City have caught their group. I know one thing about Manchester City. When you get it clicking, like, that's the end. You can't really stop them. Looking at the table, they haven't lost in the last 5. They've won their last 3 games consecutively and 2-game draw. And looking at Nottingham Forest are struggling with the relegation zone. They are just 1 point clear of the relegation zone, losing to Everton and them making a statement. So I feel like this is going to be an intense game for Manchester City. I feel like Nottingham Forest can pull off with a shocker here and just for another twist and turn in the whole Premier League title race. And for this game, I'm going to go for a Manchester City win or draw. I feel like this is the game where Manchester City can drop points, Nottingham Forest as well. What do I say? They have players, but they're just struggling. I don't know why. It happens sometimes in the Premier League, But I feel like they have what it takes to put their head above water and to survive relegation this season. I'm going to go for Manchester City win or draw. That's my prediction for that game. And yeah, we have a midweek game, Chelsea Tottenham. For this game, that's a bonus. For this game, I feel like with the London Derby, you just don't know what to expect with Chelsea. For this game, I'm just going to go for, if I'm real, I'm going to go for, it's a tough one to call. Looking at Chelsea, they're a mid-table team. Looking at Tottenham, they want to make the Champions League. Who wants it more, basically? I'm going to go for a Tottenham win or draw. But yeah, that's the end of my prediction and match preview for game 35. If you're new to this channel, you saw my face by mistake, you like the video, you enjoy the content, make sure you like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'll get back to you later.